Cool.
So is it cool if I stay, but I continue to play Paladins?
Yeah, sure. We're just gonna be like talking about a game that's going on my screen right now, but like feel free to stay.
Hey guys.
So I'm gonna leave the party now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are voting Ray's Seris gameplay.
Give me time to finish these trials.
Seris is Seris. You know how I feel about her. I don't think I need to elaborate more. But you're playing her anyway. So we work with what we have, right? Let's skip till people start picking loadouts. Pause. Dude, shut up, Talus. There we go. Okay. Deck. Okay, so Soulforge 4, Umbral Gate 1, Fade to Black, Veil, Blood Pact. I think Soulforge is garbage. Because like your team's not going to be stacking. Veil is good. Blood Pact should be run at least 3. Especially since Seris has like weird movement. She like slips around, kind of like Ying. Fade to Black is good. Umbral Gate could be run at a higher level, especially against flanks and Khan. You can like hit them and run away faster. So I would get rid of Soulforge and then why is it counting down? Okay. I would get rid of Soulforge and then go to that card that gives you ammo back on heal, and then just increase points in Umbral Gate and Blood Pact. But yeah, okay, let's continue. Teams, you have okay, the teams are pretty well matched, honestly. You fall off late game because Wrecker and Cauterize, you become useless, he becomes useless. Yeah, this is going to be a hard game if you guys don't win fast. But ideally, you follow in Murph, who apparently doesn't play well this game, but we're not going to roast. Not going to roast Murph. Actually, no, we're going to roast Murph. Fuck it. Yeah. So play behind Khan, play behind Talus, help the Cassie out. Fernando can survive on point just fine. Cool, let's continue.
Walnut, activate your windows, please.
What?
Activate your windows.
Yeah, it's like I'm running on a free version because I'm running on a Mac. It's so, yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're reviewing a
Yeah,
game for a member of the server. Just to see what she can do better. Okay, so everyone is running on the left. So you should follow the left. You're running the pay to lose skin on the horse, but that's fine.
Pay to lose.
Okay, I see a problem here. Okay, so first of all, like, Jesus, Talus. All right, let me. Oh my God, he's never gonna stop shooting. All right, let's just go. And it's all red. Okay, okay, okay. So you see what's going on here, right? Like you didn't go with your team. Your team's there, and then the Makoa made space, and now you're all the way back there, and you can't do anything, right? All you can do is like hold right click and hopefully hit someone here. I know you're on Switch, but like, you know what I mean by right click. What I would have done is go on the crystal with your team and then like play around where the Andrew is right now, right? If you're there, like even if you're there, you're not gonna die. You have Veil 5. You can like shoot him. You can heal the Cassie. Cassie probably doesn't die here if you're here. And then you have 2 tanks around you that can protect you, right? So, yeah. You didn't follow your team, and then you got separated. And like this is the whole thing with me saying Seris becomes useless the second she activates Shadow Travel because she's useless and you're in Shadow Travel. Yeah. Yeah, Cassie dies. Cassie's totally savable. You just traded DPS. You're like sitting back here spamming when you could be coming here and like potentially helping your team push because like you sitting back there and healing doesn't do anything. Like your team's full health, right? So you want to be getting angles to spam center with. Here's a good angle. You can heal the off lane. You can spam the off lane. This rock's pretty safe unless they start getting close to you, in which case you just go to the side they're not on. So like if someone comes down here, you can go over there. If someone comes down here, and you can go over there. Your Nando's fine, Khan's fine. Like it's a 3v3 right now, so you should be coming to support your team and then bring as much pressure as you can, right? Like you are Seris, but you can still do damage. Like look at the damage numbers. Like yeah, classic, right? So let's continue. Like this is the kind of damage. This is like beginner resonancying damage, right? It's like you're doing damage that doesn't get confirmed, and you're just feeding the enemy support ult charge. And Corvus ult is better than yours, by the way. So yeah, like supports should be looking to set up kills with damage, or like get kills from things tanks set up. Like you're playing very, very far back here. Your Khan is stacking point. Murph, come on. You could be shooting. Okay, you are shooting. There we go. You're not even looking at who you're healing. Like your Nano doesn't need the heals, your Talus does, right? So you're playing back here and you're restricting your... That's loud. Okay. You're restricting your point of view to like this, when you could be playing in one of the off lanes, which is like what I highly recommend. Like if you played over here, you'd be able to help out the Talus because he was low over here waiting for a heal and you didn't give it to him, so he went in. So yeah, play on like an off lane so you can be closer to the team and like do more stuff, right? If you get your ult, being back here is not going to help you. Your spam damage isn't going to help you. You're just going to be shooting a shield when you could be shooting at people. You're over here. You can also like potentially confirm kills. Like for example, this Barrack, like who's running back. If the Talus teleports back, this guy lives. If you were here, you could kill the Barrack. You can just do more if you're closer to the fight. Especially since you're running Veil 5, you can afford to be a bit risky since you have like a get out of jail free card. And yeah, okay, you're running to your team. This is good. Running to your team. Keep running to your team. Okay, like you should take point. And then like I don't know if console has VC or not. You could just say like enemies behind us or something, or just shoot at the Andrew and then maybe the Nando will look. But being under here just means you're going to be isolated and it's going to be hard for you to be peeled for. So I would come onto point with Nando. Like it seems like your Talus knows what's going on. Is about to go back. He's a GM, right? I think. Is he? Let me check. It's too far back. All right, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. So like you're under here. You have no line of sight on anyone, and like you're empty healing, right? Like you should not be hitting right click here on the Fernando. Like what is it doing? Like I would be maybe like coming on this side of the staircase so Mako doesn't hook you from this side, and then just going in there and helping your team, or just coming faster. Like don't empty heal for no reason. It doesn't do anything. It's like a Seris trap. Your Khan could be needing these heals. Like part of the reason why Murph is playing so far in the center is because you're only healing the center. You could be looking to build your ult charge here, because ulting is cool. Good kill. You're almost at ult. Second you have ult, once Barrack shield goes down, you can chuck it out. Okay, so like, see, this is what I mean by like actually taking a part in the fight. Like, this Cassie could have died. If Koa got one more shot, she'd be dead, right? Like, you could be playing like over here. You'd be able to heal like the same people as you are back there. You'd be able to use this rock, and you would be killing that Koa, right? You'd be building ult charge by shooting the Koa. My Discord's glitching out. Sorry. The heck? Okay. Hold on. Sorry, give me 1 second. What the fuck? My Discord's actually crapping out. I'll like cut this from the video. Can you guys still see me streaming?
Yeah.
Okay, my Discord's dead, so whatever.
Oh.
Alright, cool. You're healing, you have ult now. You should be looking for an opportunity. What I would do is, shit, I can't go down. I would like, this is sad. You could potentially go down here, like your team is fine, Nando has this full shield. You could be here, chuck an ult back there, like kind of from down here, you chuck it like over here or something. You would pull the barrack in, you would pull the Corvus in, and then like big damage. But like, there we go, there's an ult, good ult, big ult. Good stuff. Okay, Murph missed ult. You can take the point here and tell Nando, but if he doesn't, if he insists on sitting there like majestically, you should run up there to help. Yeah, see, that's what I mean by like not empty healing, right? Because you're buying Haven, right? You're not rushing Chronos, so it's still a 1.5 second cooldown on heal, I think. I'm pretty sure. So you empty healing and then like not canceling and then have to wait could potentially mean someone dying, right? So yeah, like the enemy team has caught one and like somehow a bunch of your teammates are low. So don't just empty heal for no reason, heal with purpose. And also you can cancel your heal, Seris. If like someone needs a top up, you don't have to hold down the full thing on them. Look at the Ninja on your back. Yeah, okay. Damn, this Corvus is being a complete heal bot. Okay, so this is a choke, right? Okay, this is a choke, so ideally you don't throw everything you have straight down the center. Ideally you push a side lane. So Nando's got center. Looks like Khan's about to go this way. To like help your Cassie or something. And if your team pushes, you should be behind them and help them make the game-winning play, right? Because if you push here and you get like the Tyra and the Corvus, it doesn't matter if your Nando dies. You just wrap around and kill everyone, right? That's a good trade. So as a support, you want to like follow your team, but you are playing way back. Okay. Also, like, you can be playing over here. You have 3 teammates here. This is safe space. You could be healing a lot better. You'd be able to like partake in the fight a lot more, but you're like way back there. You have ults. You could be looking to use it. Could also be looking to like shoot shields or something. That's cool. If I were you, I would either be like honestly right here looking to throw an ult, or I'd be over here trying to throw an ult over here, because like if you're with the Khan here, the Khan can just hold W and kill everything in the back line, right? There's an ult. Well, shoot the ult, like follow up on it. If you know you've hit a juicy ult, you need to like do damage to it. It's kind of unfortunate that Khan ulted at the same time. It's not a great Khan ult in my opinion. Okay, quick little thing there. You heal the Nando, who's at half HP, instead of the Cassie, who's at half HP. Cassie at half HP is like 1,000 health. Nando at half HP is like over 2,000. He also has ult. Prioritize the DPS, right? His job is to survive. Her job is to kill. Save the person who can kill. Save the person who can heal. You're like, okay. Like, I know it's auto aim, but like auto aim it on the right person. It's like aim the auto aim. That's a clutch Fernando ult. because otherwise the Cassie would have died because you healed the wrong person. Yeah. Like, you're still not healing the Cassie, right? Cancel it. You're like playing very scared when you have no reason to be. You haven't taken that much damage. You're literally rushing Haven for this reason. Like, you're not getting any Haven value right now. You're not getting any Veil value right now. Actually, you are, but like for the wrong reasons, because you're playing way too far back. Yeah, like, yeah, like you haven't done a single bit of damage in the past like minute, outside of your ult. And like, there's a lot of low enemies that your damage could have like chipped into. Nando's got touch. Talus kind of fed. He tried to make a play though. I respect it. See, like you, like, so this is the thing about like offlanes, right? Like your Cassie's making a play here. If you were there backing her up, like if you were here, like you can heal her and then she can kill everything here before they can burn your Nando. Your con should be up here though. That's one thing. Like he's point stacking pretty hard, but like if you were here, she would be like rolling in and killing everything, right? But you're back there and like your contribution to this fight is very limited. And so right now you're healing a ton, right? Imagine Cot 3 when you can't heal a ton. Imagine Wrecker 3 when your Nando is always under Cot. Then you're just gonna be doing the same thing and you're not gonna be doing anything. So this is like the whole Seris thing that I've talked about like a million times with you already. Yeah. Like, see, the Cassie has to give up position to get a heal, when your job should be to make it as easy as possible for your team to get support. Like, as a support, you're kind of limited as to how much, like, playmaking you can do. But there's a difference between just sitting back and waiting for something to happen and, like, actively looking for opportunities to set up something so that your team can do something, right? Like, if you hit a fat ult from up close, or if you, like, do enough damage and help break a shield, like, that's value, right? Like, you could be getting Wrecker right now, and I think it would be a good buy. Because the second you break Barrack's shield, like, you can do mad damage on them. You can throw an ult. Like, Barrack's shield's the main thing preventing you from ulting right now. Like, Haven's cool and all, but, like, you're playing way too far back to get value out of Haven in the first place. Like, you should follow your team. Follow your team, follow your team, follow your team, follow your team. No. Like, think about how much you could be doing. Like, that's a weird sound. Like, think about how much you could be doing if you were here, right? You'd be able to spam this shield would be broken already. You'd be able to do damage down here. And you could potentially throw an ult to land on this doorway right here. And then suck this guy and this guy right in. And then your Cassie gets free bursts on him because she's running Impulse, right? Like, boom, 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 free burst. Ton of damage. Or you could be shooting the Makoa, but you're all the way back there. And, like, yeah, like, you could be... Or you could be following the Talus and, like, ulting to help him kill the Andro or something like that, right? Like, you're not looking to do anything, and that's not great. Okay, now you're here, but it's a little late. Yeah. Like, don't play behind your team. Like, I know support positioning is like play behind your tanks, but like play with your team. Don't play like way from behind them. Make sure you're in the fight, not just like spectating it and throwing in a heal. Alright, you should be waiting for your team. That's fine. Look around. Koa's on your right. If you throw an ult right now, and you kill the Andro, then your team's running in with in a 5v4, and then like you win that, right? So just look to get picks. You don't have to look to get 5 people with Seris ult. Just look to get 1. Think of it as a very, very bad Makoa hook. Speaking of Makoa, he's just chilling there, but I don't think anyone knows about that yet. Yeah, okay. Talus gets touched. That's huge. You are holding W for some reason. Like, This is the thing where everyone kind of starts running towards point on overtime. It's just autopilot, and you need to be looking out for like flanks, because you just hold on. You're just running on there, and then like now you're forced out of the fight, right? Now you're useless again. Now you're like the Seris thing where you're out of the fight. Like be careful. You have unlimited range, so use that and like play with your team, right? Like it's hard to say because I'm telling you to play with your team and like be in the fight, but then I'm also telling you to like use your range. But I think like you can follow up with your team, right? But this is not following up. This is everyone desperately trying to look for a touch, and then you putting yourself in a dangerous position. But like there's ways to be in the fight without being in a dangerous position, and that's when you know your team has your back. You could hook the Makoa here, honestly. Or not hook, ulti the Makoa. Your Talus is in a fight for his life. You didn't help the Talus. Okay. Your Nando's not really doing anything right now. He's just like getting shielding credits, I guess. Yes, break the shield, break the shield. Get Wrecker next, honestly. There's an Andrew in your backline, Makoa in your backline. Like you're healing the Nando, but he's not doing anything. So start healing the people who are actually doing something, right? Like your Khan, just let him die, honestly, so that he doesn't stagger himself, because he's just gonna die, and then you might lose the push. Yeah, as a support, you gotta let some people die. I would ideally be playing over here. If you were here, the Cassie might live, right? And then you guys could fight off the Andrew and the Makoa together. Your Nando might come and help too. Your Talus is over here ready to help. But you're just kind of sitting in middle, and you're not giving yourself good lines of sight on the team. He's committing suicide, so ignore him, right? Like one look at him and you know he's dead. Like there's one enemy over here, and that means there's at least 3 over there killing the Khan. So just leave him and let him die. But get yourself in a good position where you can like get angles. You have no angles where you are right now. Yeah. Like, okay, Murph is going deeper in. He's dead. Maybe if Murph backed out this way, he would have lived, but oh well. Like, okay, like what did that ult do, right? Like, your off tank's dead. Your main tank's under a ton of pressure and can't afford to put his shield down. Your DPS are like doing fuck all. Like, your Cassie's looking, so that's good. Right, let's see how much damage the Cassie does. Alright. It's like, okay. Like, if the Talus was ready to go in for a flank, then yes. But, like, I think this is where you're just kind of seeing, like, oh, there's 5 people grouped together. Let's do it. Seris ult, I can get them all pulled together. And then maybe a Victor can, like, ult them. We don't have a Victor, right? Your Khan's dead. Your Fernando's dead. Your Fernando's about to die. Your Cassie's, like, Cassie, like, she did some damage, I guess. But, like, you don't really ult when you're down two teammates. That's just, like, wasting ults and, like, staggering. So yeah, either ult earlier and like help your team get a pick so that the Khan maybe doesn't get focused by 3 people, or just save your ult, because that ult didn't really do much. It's just feeding your Corvus, the Corvus ult charge. It's like so hard to VOD Seris because there's literally nothing you can do. Okay, get on high ground. I like where you're going. Watch the Koa hook. Shoot the Koa. Shoot the Koa. Shoot the Koa. Hello, you have a weapon? Hello? Hello, we are still under 15k damage. Yeah, okay, you could have shot things. Like, you're Seris, so maybe it doesn't make a difference because you don't do any damage. But, like, you could have shot things. You could have built your ult back. Like, you're shooting things in spawn, but you're not shooting things out there, right? Like, Seris already has like a ridiculously low APM because like you hold down right click, and while you're healing you can't do anything, right? And then you hold down left click, and while you're holding down left click you can't do anything either. So you have to maximize your APM somehow, right? So just like make sure you're shooting whenever you're not healing. Make sure you're rotating better. Like you have to be efficient. Otherwise, you're just playing slow. So I'm not gonna talk too much about like making plays with Seris because you can't. So it's like mostly gonna be positioning, and then if you're playing any other support who can actually do something, like then you can actually take that positioning into account and like take advantage of it, right? Okay, so play with your team. Don't fall back down. There we go. Don't get off your horse either. Okay, so this is like pretty important with tanks, but it's also important with supports. Like you don't know where the enemy team is, right? You don't know. Your con is not playing smart. But if you're on your horse and you see like a Makoa coming at you, right? You can just like nope and run away, and like, or nope and like run in here with your horse and like hope the Cassie protects you. Or like if the entire enemy 5 stack is running here, having you on your horse means you can just get the fuck out of there, right? But you dismounting earlier just makes you like in a vulnerable position because you don't know what's going on yet. And like you might need to shadow travel and then your team might die. So yeah, I'm assuming you're communicating with Murph. You should communicate that you guys are going one side and don't leave him alone to fight the whole push. That or go with him so like you can win, because he might win this if you're there, right? If any do damage and you like throw on, oh you don't have an ult, but whatever. Like you get my point. Like you're just sitting here and like holding down a button while he dies, right? You could be like healing him, or you could be like coming over here. You're shooting the barrack, but you're just like too afraid to like do anything. There's someone underneath who needs your help, but like it's not worth sacrificing positioning. This is a terrible spot for people to go when they need healing. That one's not on you. There we go. Heal the Cassie. Heal the Cassie. Peek the Cassie. There we go. Now you run away. Now you run away. Your entire team is falling back. Stay alive. Okay. If the barrack decided to chase you there, that would have been bad. Cassie staggered. Go hook. Okay. Oh, why'd you cancel that? Did you fall into burn monster or something? Is that what happened? Okay. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, she was probably spamming it.
Yeah. Oh, she probably had canceled it, right?
Yeah, like that. She was scared.
Why are you getting off your horse? Like, get off over here. You can do more. You can actually help the Cassie. You're getting off here. Like, okay, let's see what happens here. Do you walk forward? Oh, no, she doesn't walk forward. She's just sitting back here. Yeah, this is Seris gameplay. Like, this is like healing. This is not supporting, right? Like the damage is still like really low. You could look for an ult here. You have ult. One thing Seris ult is actually good for is denying touches. If you throw an ult right here, there's no way they touch because they get pulled in here. If they were over here, they get pulled back. You win, right? Chuck an ult out here. Your ult is like kind of useless anyway, so just use it for whenever you feel like it. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Oh, Makoa got touch. Okay. There we go. There's the ult. And you get the point. Congrats. It's okay. Your team can die now. Like, you got point. You can relax a bit. You should just cap point. Your con should be pushing up. Your con should hit the ult. Like, okay, why are you healing? Like, you see the Cassie going in for a fight. Why are you healing the con, right? Like, just literally just heal the Cassie. There's like something I like to like talk about with some support players, like fake APM. I'll talk about it at the end. shoot the Makoa. Everyone is full health. You can kill the Makoa. Yeah, keep shooting the shield. Like, why not? Just break the shield. Makoa's on you. Okay, so there's like 3 lanes on this map, middle, and then like this side, that side, right? So you see that your Cassie's going over there, your Nando's taking mid, and you see nobody over here, and like your Talus literally just teleported back, right? So like you might assume, and if you play with like earbuds, you can hear that people are pushing here, and you don't want to get separated, because if they run down this lane, that means you are separated from your team. If you see me playing like Damba on this map, or like Grover, or like literally any support, I'll be like, oh Cassie, I'm with you, right? And like I'll teleport over here with Corvus, or like Slither over here. I would run up there and be right behind the Cassie as she makes her plays. And that way she wins any 1v1 or like 2v2 even. And then like that wins the match, right? But like you're sitting here and just like very passively waiting for people to come back for heals. Which like is theoretically the good thing to do, but like you gotta bring more than just pulling your weight if you want to carry, right? Especially on like support. Alright, you're running away. You have ult now. You could look for... Actually, no, you shouldn't be sending any ults. Since it's 3-2, and you're the 2. So even if you spend all your ults, it'll still be 3-3, and you need to win the next point fight. So I would save your ult. You should tell your team that too. Okay, watch the Makoa hook. Oh look, your Khan's making a play, your Khan's making a play. Go, follow him, follow him. Like, he can just run down and take this lane by himself because Khan is strong like that, right? Follow him. You can use Seris ult, honestly, because Seris ult doesn't do much and you build it fast. Yeah, okay, no, never mind. You lost Cassie because you're healing Nando. Yeah, don't use any ults here. Makoa's on you. You didn't even notice. Okay. So let's talk about this really quick. What is Fernando's job, right? His job isn't to kill the enemy team. His job is to sit on point and survive. And he does that fine. Her job is to kill everyone. His job is to kill everyone. His job is to let them kill everyone. So you want to be helping these guys, right? Like, think about it. If you lose Fernando, but then the enemy team loses, like, Tyra, that's a good trade, right? Like, without Tyra, like, you can honestly take point and, like, everyone can just push. Like, Barrett gets melted because, like, damages are alive. Damages are free. Like, yeah. Like, your point tanks is not, like, the center of your team, right? You want to, like, pocket the people making plays. So, right now, your Cassie's making plays, but then you're not following her up. Like, you're not, like, supporting her. You're waiting for her to come back so she can, like, come back for a pit stop. And you don't want that to be how you support. You want to make it as easy for her, right? So if she wants to roll in there and get a penta, she can, if you're pocketing her. Like, you're healing this Nando unnecessarily. Like, look at how much health he has. He's got, like, 5,200 health, right? Even if he's half health, that's still more health than, like, Cassie. And he has ult, right? Yeah. Like, right now, you're just kind of sitting back and like, oh, okay, team, I'm going to just heal you when you come back, and then you guys make things happen. And, like, you're not going to climb like that, right? It's just, like, luck of the draw. If your team is better than their team, then you win. Like, you don't want that to happen. You want to affect the game, right? So, yeah. Items, you could buy Wrecker, you could buy Morale Boost, and throw out 2 ults this mid, potentially. I would be buying Wrecker, personally. Morale Boost, okay, that's fine. Maybe get Wrecker. Chronos, okay, fine, fair enough. Follow your team, follow your team, follow your team, follow your team, follow your team. Okay. Like, these guys are making a ballsy play, right? Like, this Khan's looking for an ult. This Cassie's looking to kill everything. If you were here, this Khan would be full. He could ult without being scared. Like, your Talus can come back to you. It's Talus. He's high mobility. Like, he knows what he's doing, right? Your Nando can be healed from here over here, too. Your Nando can also survive. He's got ult. Like, you're healing him. He's never going to use ult. These guys are going to die, and then, like, stuff's going to happen, right? Like, you're focusing mid a lot. Why would Murph ult that? That is not an ult, bro. That is not an ult. How the fuck do you get away from that? Oh, you get away from because Fernando ults, but now you have no ults except for Seris ult. And the fight's still tied. And Cassie's dead. Alright. Run away. Reset, 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 reset. Just trust that he lives. Trust that he lives. Or just let him die fast. Okay, he's staggered. Okay, don't take any unnecessary damage right now. Ooh, okay, this is very risky. Okay, there's an ult. Good. Good ult. Where's your Cassie? Your Cassie is half health and you're not even looking at her. You're running onto point in the middle of a chaotic fight. Right? Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so Cassie died because you weren't looking at her. Like, she was over here. You tried to heal her through the wall. You didn't. You got soul forge value. No, you didn't. It's like, this is within the radius. And she died. Right? You could have saved her. Yeah. Like, where are you looking? Okay. Up your Talus. So, you were... I forgot which side you were on. I think you were on this side. You were in there with Cassie. And then, for some reason, you decided to, like, run in here and, like, run down here and then, like, run down here. When you could have just, like, kind of stayed there, have been close enough to, like, shoot anything that's threatening point and heal everything around you, right? So yeah, this is like unnecessary APM, which I will talk about later as well. You can heal the Khan. Like, you can just go over here and heal the Khan. Fernando's full health. You don't get anything from doing that. Khan had to use shout because you didn't heal him. Okay. Yeah, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Like, it's Makoa, and you're surrounded by your team, right? Like, just kill him. Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm guessing the enemy team just staggers himself to hell and never, like, forms up for a final defense, and you guys just roll straight through. Like, why are you playing with the Fernando right now? Like, he doesn't need your help. These guys need your help, right? This is where the action is happening. This is where the fights are won, right? Whoever wins this gets this angle, right? And, like, you're lucky that these guys came to help the Cassie. Because you're all the way over there for some reason. Yeah. Shoot the Makoa, shoot the Makoa. You have like a second and a half between each heal. You should be shooting. Seris' weapon is garbage, but it still does something. Follow him, follow him, follow him, follow him, follow him. Right? Like, if your entire team's over there, then who do you think's over here? The enemy team, right? Like, go with your team. If you're on this high ground, you can, like, spam orbs down that tunnel. You can heal the Khan. You can heal everyone there. Your Fernando is fine. He has ult. Like, you have ult too. You can throw it out. You can throw an ult out over, like, over here. Grab them. Set up kills for your team. But no, you're playing way far back, and now your Talus has to come back and protect you, right? Like, go to your team. See, like, you being here and like being over there means that like they have to come out of the tunnel and like peek you over this edge to get heals, when you could just literally be like right up where the con is, right here. Like, if you want to play around a corner, fine. We'll play around this corner, right? Your team is literally rushing down this hallway. You can support them, right? Nando's fine. Like, point tanks are meant to survive. They can survive just fine. Yeah. I hope I'm like making sense, because you're just playing very far back and you're not able to like bring help when it matters, right? You're a pit stop, but you're not helping them actually win the race. You could be looking for an ult here. Like, they're down a player. Like, if it's a 5-4 and it's like on the last choke, that's when you usually throw an ult out there and then see if they either spam all their ults to protect it, or they start dying and then you just start staggering them and then you win. Yeah. Like, you have like the worst ult in the game in this match, so don't be afraid to throw it. If you throw it out there and trade it, that's value. Heal the con. Fernando's fine. Fernando is fine. Like, you're trying to like get this angle, which is like really janky because like that railing, when you could be behind the con. But I've beat that dead horse enough. Nando could have ulted for him actually. That would have been huge. I would have done it if I was Nando. You see what I mean? Like, your healing's not doing anything right now because caught 3, right? Without caught, like, Cassie would have lived that like 7 times over, but with caught, Seris just becomes useless.
We broke 20k damage.
Yo? Is that Burb? My Discord's glitched.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? I'm doing a VOD right now, so that's fun. Did you hit Masters yet?
No, I just got back to D1.
Congrats. Okay, round 4. Chronos, yeah, you can't buy anything, that's fine. Play with your team, hopefully the con follows you, or like you follow the con, and like con and a DPS fight together. Alright, where's the con? Con is delayed. Why are you going to mid, right? Like, this ends up working okay because they're all coming this way, but if they were all coming this way, all Makoa has to do is like hop down here, hippity hoppity, hook my Seris, and then you're dead, right? So like play behind, like play with your team and like slightly behind them, and you can just bring a lot more support. This is a big Seris ult, like your Cassie can farm the shit out of that. Yeah, so just like be aware of where you're rolling out to. You're on point. That is not good. Everyone is alive. Why are you on point? This is where everyone is going to do damage. Like, this is where they're trying to get to, right? Okay, Khan ulted someone. He's going to get focused. Okay, never mind. Okay, like, you're over here. You're healing a full HP Nando when this Talus needs help, right? He only won that because he's like, he's this player. This player is good, right? Like, he player diffed that. That shouldn't be the case, right? Nando ulted for no reason. Like, leave the Nando alone, man. He's fine. He's not taking any damage. The con is, Talus is, the Cassie is. The Cassie's about to take a shit ton of damage. Like, okay, your Nando's content on sitting point. You can be playing in this room, and then if the Andrew has to get to you from the other side, she can't just run onto point. He has to go through your Nando. And then if he's behind you, you can just ult for yourself, or like the Cassie can turn around or whatever, right? But you're like the outlier here. You're an easy target for the Andro. But now you're out of the fight. Now your con's gonna die. Yep. Help the Cassie, help the Cassie, help the Cassie. There we go. Andrew's on your right. You see this? Why are you healing a full HP Nando? Make a play, throw an ult out, do something. So like, why did the Nando die there? It's not because he didn't heal him enough. You threw every single bit of healing onto him, but he still died. That's not because of cauterize, but that's because you didn't enable other plays to happen, right? So, like, the whole point of this game is to capture the objective. And the point tank's job is to like contest the objective. And how do you make it easier for the point tank to do his job? You take away the people shooting at him, right? So like your Khan is trying to make a play and like take this room or take that room and like deny angles for the enemy so that your Nando doesn't have to be doing like 360s around the point and like dying all the like taking a bunch of damage, right? But you're healing the stalling person, you're not healing the person making plays. Yeah. Right, so enable the person making the plays, your point tank is fine. Like, come on, just commit to a direction, like heal the Cassie. That's a decent ult. If I was a Corvus, he would be dead. But that Corvus is also busy heal botting, so yeah. Like, legit, like, where is he? Like, this is such a free shot right here. Like, you were standing right here on the shield that was up was barracks, so it was a friendly shield, so you could shoot through it, so you would be dead, right? Or you'd be forced to run away, and then maybe the Cassie dies because you can't heal her because you're in shadow travel. Alright, you got very lucky. Like Makoa should have touched. So yeah, let's like hop in the training range, I guess, and like go over some things I think you could have done better. So first thing, you're playing way too far back. There's times to play far back, and like when your team is going for overtime, and then there's times to play like up front with your team, like slightly behind your tanks, but like close enough to be able to like have an immediate impact on the fight. All right, so you're playing something like this. Oh, this is also a good deck. I would recommend it if you insist on playing Seris. Yeah, so play like closer to your team, so you're able to do stuff. Second thing is enable the right people. You're enabling a Nando to hold up his shield, like yay. The Corvus is enabling his Andro to dive the backline for free, and like the offlane doesn't have any heals because you're healing the Nando, right? Nando can survive. He is chilling, right? Like if the Nando is full HP and everyone else is low, you're not doing your job right. So yeah, second thing is priority. So third thing is what I was talking about with the fake APM, right? So like you were doing a lot of stuff. You were like doing this, like you're like this, when you could just be doing this. Like this is what I call fake APM. It's just like when you pretend like you're doing a lot of stuff, but you're actually not. So let's fill this with like real APM, right? So like, for example, if I want to heal this Nando and like I have a teammate over there who's looking to make a play, you could like, what you're doing right now is like this, right? And you're like overcomplicating it. When what you could be doing is just like this, like be purposeful about like where you're moving and like go enable a play or something, right? Make sure what you're doing is actually doing something. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. I used to do that with Dombo a lot, and like I see a lot of like people not as familiar with Dombo doing it. I still do it sometimes, but like I see a lot of people doing like this, like doing that when they could just be doing this, right? Like be efficient with your movements, be efficient with how you're strafing. Don't just like strafe around. Like if you need to get somewhere, just go there, or like juke around a bit, but go there. Yeah, because right now you feel like you're doing a lot, but you're actually just jumping around and holding a button down to heal, right? Like you're not shooting as much, you're not looking for ults, you're not going anywhere, you're just kind of jumping around the same place. And I think that once you start looking to utilize your downtime, which is not much with Seris, but still there, like it's maybe like half a second longer than Domba's, but like you see me do so much more, right? Yeah, like you could be doing a lot more. Like you're healing, like, okay, I wouldn't say you're healing fine because your hero priorities are messed up. Like you should be healing the people doing the fight. But you could be looking to aggro more, even with Seris. Like your ult you can throw an ult in, like it doesn't hurt, right? It forces the enemy to like use their reversal or like their dashes or their shields or something. Like that's value. And you just didn't get any value out of anything other than your healing, and that kind of fell off too because you weren't healing the right people. I'll close it with like something Fishnet told me once, or I think he mentioned in a video or something. But basically, as a support, like a fight has like 3 phases. So the first phase is the poke phase, where your teammates are all kind of just shooting at each other and like nothing's really happening, and you're just kind of healing up the poke damage, and like you do that fine. Like you're fine at that. The second phase is when like shit hits the fan, right? Like for example, your Khan goes for an ult, right? And when a Khan ults, the enemy team looks at him, your team looks at him, everyone looks at him, right? Or if your Cassie rolls in and starts an engagement and decides that he's gonna die, or like the enemy team's gonna die, 90% of your resources should go into that one fight, because whoever wins that fight can basically come around and win every other fight. So yeah, like make sure you're enabling the right place. And then the third phase is cleanup. That's as support, like usually just sit on point and like pocket your team and let them go forward. Or you just follow your off tank in and kill everything, but you don't really do that as Seris. And if you lose the phase 2, you just like kind of start backing away and be looking to survive, or you look to die fast, right? You don't want to stagger. And then phase 3, cleanup, just like don't get cleaned up. But yeah. So heal priority and like making sure you know what plays are happening and which ones are important. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I don't VOD Seris gameplay, but I'll do it for you because like you've been around for a while. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if you're okay with me like posting this on YouTube, I guess. Yeah.